Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video, and I'm not alone. Today I am joined by the amazing Ash. How you doing today, Ash?
Roadblock, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great to finally be here. Thank you for your patience in scheduling this bad boy. It's been a long time coming, but I'm thrilled to finally check out the infamous free-to-play account here. So thanks for having me, man.
Oh, I am so happy to have you. I've been wanting to make this video even before I messaged you to try and do a collab. You know, I've always wanted to show this account, show what free-to-play accounts are really capable of. Very happy to have you on. Guys, we also just did a collab over on Ash's channel where we talked about some of the new fusions and login champions and such. So please go check that out if you haven't already. But let's get started here. So what I wanted to do today was show you my free-to-play account. I was very lucky in this account. I will admit there's some moments of luck here, but
a little luck, man.
Yeah. And my community gives me a lot of grief, and I even have people that say, well, your account's only good because you got lucky. Stop right there. Click the link in the description right now to get a free legendary Elenaril and 3 free amazing epics as you level up. Here are the exact steps that you need to follow. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find Elenaril here, as well as Uugo at level 10, Tagoar at level 20, and Rector Drath at 30. Don't forget to use the promo code Supreme6 to get yourself the awesome Supreme Galek. This is an amazing account start in Raid. So click on my link right now and follow the steps. And so I wanted your take. Do you think that this account is just luck? Do you think it's skill? You're welcome to ask me any questions that you want. And I figured, you know, do you want to start with champions or somewhere else that you'd like to take a look at?
Yeah, listen, man, if you wanted someone to be an expert free-to-play judge, you found the right man. You found the right man.
Well, I feel
I kid.
And I have actually brought Boozer on to do the same thing before.
Now you're yeah.
But I think free-to-play players are going to be a little more in defense of the free-to-play, right?
A little bit more, yeah.
So I think that maybe
that's why I can't do free-to-play, man. I do something wrong every day. They'd be on me every day. Because to be free-to-play and really be like a Boozer level free-to-play, I feel like you need something in you that I don't have. Right?
To be completely honest with you, this is not that type of free to play. This is a far more casual approach to free to play. You know, just like faction wars. I don't have Lydia. You can't see her. She's blocked, but I don't have her.
You have Arbiter?
Yes. Oh yeah. I've definitely got it. This account is about a little over a year and a half old.
Okay. Your player power, of course you have Arbiter. Yeah. Okay.
When I originally wanted to reach out to you, it was about a year old. The account hasn't changed that much since then, to be completely honest. Maybe 1 or 2 new really good legendaries. My luck has kind of tapered off a bit, but at a year, this account was stacked.
I actually want to start, before I see your champions, I want to check out your player profile. I want to move me. Yeah, let's snuggle up over here. All right, so you've gotten to Gold 5 Classic Arena. You've tag team, who cares, right? Live Arena, who really cares, right? I'm imagining you don't play much Live Arena on this count, or do you? Or like,
I want to. It's a time issue. I think it's a subject, you know, for another video. But yeah, it's really hard for me to sync up their availability with my schedule sometimes.
Yep, no, I hear that. Okay, CVC tournament. Dude, that is an impressive score, to me at least, for a free-to-play.
That was the last CVC.
Did you claim some champs? Is that
I claimed
right?
one champion, I think, and it was a duplicate, so it was only 10,000 points. I had my forge was super backed up. So I had 10,000 of these bricks.
Yeah, look at all the charms you got saved up over there. 920.
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of hate for this. I mean, you know, I've never really used my charms because I couldn't really pick one to go with. And so...
Well, listen, I don't use most of my charms, to be fair, but I do use my rank and my rarities and my mythicals.
I use those,
okay, all right. Yeah, you're hoarding, man.
The biggest deterrent for me was the time constraint of crafting, selling, crafting, selling.
Yeah, have you tried the quick craft? I have not. I'm like almost scared to use it. Have you used it thing?
Yes, and that's why I got so many points in Clan v Clan this rotation, because I had 10,000 of Magisteel saved up, and so I was able to just craft everything.
My word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that next clan versus clan, man. I don't. Something about it is a little. This is lame to say, but like a little intimidating. Like, oh, I'm just gonna use everything in one click or one tap. You know, I'm so used to the old school way. You know, like back in my day, we had to walk a half an hour to the bus stop. Like that's my mentality about the quick crafting. All right, okay. So impressive numbers. I gotta say that clan versus clan is insane to me that you did that many points, and then you have Odin as your highlight champion. No one cares about this in the whole entire world, Roadblock, but I do. Like, the first thing I look at is someone's highlighted champions, because it says a lot about you who you decide to put there. So I'm assuming you have Odin.
Yeah, let's talk about how I got him too, because that's one of the biggest prideful moments of my free-to-play. I won the tournament for him.
Wow.
It was a champion chase tournament, and this was actually where I did exactly what you just said, right? So every fragment summon I had saved up, we're talking Yannicka,
Wow.
Drexstar. I fused Razin. I did a bunch of his epics in that to get that as well.
Were you just hoarding for that for the right moment? Because you didn't know it was coming before it was happening, you know? Like, what was your mentality in keeping all those champions on tap?
So if I ever had a bad champion chase, right? Champion chases can go bad, right? So if we have a champion chase and it's Ancients and you pull 70 Ancients, you'd like to think somewhere in that range that, that's enough to maybe get a champion chase. You get a couple good epics or whatever. I was always worried what happens if I pull all those Ancients and it's not enough. I don't want to dig into my sacreds. I don't want to dig into my voids or my primals. So I always saved up a lot of the fragment summons and fusions and all that stuff. I never fused Razin
because he's good, but you didn't necessarily need at that moment on your account. That makes a lot of sense. These are the things that I don't think about. See, I'm just like, I guess I gotta buy a pack.
I like this one.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why you don't usually fuse Razin, or my recommendation on free-to-plays is not to fuse Razin until absolutely necessary, because you can always fuse those epics whenever you need to. Okay. And in this case, I needed the points to fuse actual Razin, so I had to sacrifice that, but to get a champion like Odin, I think is definitely worth it, so...
Yeah, congratulations, and the anticipation is killing me, man. Let's see the damn champions. I want to see that. I want to see what you got here. Okay, so you got Mikage. You got Nice? Oh.
Yes. On the most recent...
That's bothersome, bro. That's bothersome.
Yeah.
How'd you get him? From Remnant?
No, I got him from Primals on a 2X. Not the most recent one, but the one before that, I think.
My most wanted champion, man. My most wanted champion.
Oh, come on!
Nope.
All right. Wow. Let's take a little look-see here. So you got Mikage, you got Nice. Man, you could have like you could do some insane work in Live Arena as a free-to-play, you know?
When I do Silver Live Arena, it goes very well for me, and then I stop doing it.
Man, because you got Odin, Armons, Nice, and whoever, really. Like, it could be a flex position, it could be Mikage, it could be, every draft's going to be different, but you got Sun Wu, you got Arbiter. I just finished up like a no-lifing more raid than I ever have in 30-day period to try to do the Live Arena seasons. So everything in my brain is like oriented towards Live Arena right now. And man, you have the infrastructure to be the best free-to-play in Live Arena ever, I feel like. I really do. I really feel like, I don't know what the record is right now, like what the highest free-to-play in Live Arena is, but I think with Nice, I can't stop thinking about Nice, man. I think with Nice alone, let me tell me, you haven't played a lot of Live Arena on this account. So what is that? My first question to you, because I'm so jealous, is what was the impact of Nice on your account? Is he good anywhere else for you as a free-to-play, or
I've tried to get use of him. So he's in my wave clear team for Doom Tower just because of his naturally good ability. I don't have a cooldown refresh per seer, which I have a very good seer, and we'll look at that as we get down the list. But yeah, between him and Thor, they are my PvE wave clear guys, and they do just fine doing that. I actually wasn't using Nice in the best of ways, and I brought Drath on the channel maybe a month ago, and he really gave me some input on how to better use Nice, so that was good. And yeah, I love him. My favorite champion on the account. Just... he's so good. It's so fun to be able to use him. And I love pairing him with Odin, because if by some chance that he does die Odin pops him right back up.
Right back. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Like I mean, Odin and Nice and Armand's, those three, you'll do fine, right? And then I can see what people say about the luckiness. You got your hands on Nice and Newt, as you can see right on the screen here, and you also have almost all the freebies, right? The farmable, I should say. People get mad when you call them free, right? But like the Mithralas, the obviously Arbiters, the Mikages, the Lamasu. What do you think of Lamasu? What kind of impact, or have you had her long enough to really? I see that you're rocking the 9-piece Feral. Congratulations there. What do you think of her?
I haven't had a chance to use her a lot. I love the kit and the idea of the kit. Mostly, I love her aura. It helps me so much in Siege on this account to be able to get some really good speed in there. But yeah, I think he's a great champion, and as a free champion, really, really solid as well.
Oh yeah, no, I love Lamasu. I mean, I love her. She slotted right into one of my main Hydra teams as soon as I got her, and man, I'm seeing more and more and more of her in the arena too. So fast, and she's really a mini Shuzen in a lot of ways with that 50% boost and the intercept on that A3 ability. So I really love her a lot. Who else are some of you? Talk to me a little bit about some of your MVPs. I see Georgia there. Yeah.
So I wouldn't call him an MVP, but Georgia and another one, and this is probably going to piss some people off when they see what level this guy is. Here he is.
Turvold. Yeah.
So I actually got Turvold and Georgia in the same 10 pull.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
nukers on you that day, huh?
It was an incredible day for the account. My most recent Void legendary was Narcissus. I did not do the Ancora fusion on this account. I don't remember why. I think the account was maybe new at the time. So very disappointed that I missed out on that now that I have Narcissus. So she's one of my most wanted champions now. But yeah, I also have Teox. I won't show you the build on Teox because he's built kind of not great. But
no. I want to hear. I don't have Teox. You have two of my most wanted champions in the entire game, and Nice and Teox, like on your free to play. That feels, I'm jealous, but it's amazing too. Yeah, talk to me. Why aren't you using Teox more?
So it's a gear kind of concern a little bit. Like I only have so much gear to go around.
True.
And Thor is a big part of it with decreased speed, so he's very valuable in a lot of different areas of the game, Hydra, etc. I use Wukong as my block buffs on some of my other Hydra teams, and of course, I want really good gear on my Nice, and so it's like, Georgia being a Void and ignoring Stone Skin.
No, just trying to build. It's the grind of trying to build everybody. Sometimes you just go with what you need the most.
Yep.
But
and
man,
so
right.
I also don't have a lot of Lizard Men to put around him either. I know that's not necessary, and I think that I'm sleeping on Teox a little bit in that regard.
I think so.
And he's probably my next project. He is in lethal, like he's not, but he's really slow. Like I only have him at 174. Like that's not going to cut it in a lot of different stages. So I need to get a better use of him moving forward.
Talk to me about one legendary because you have quite a few, like who I actually I love Gwendolyn. I like Razovarg. You have a few, like you have Tyrant Ixlamore there. Talk to me a little bit about a legendary that maybe might not be the S tiers that you really appreciate through this account, if there's any.
Ooh, that is a good question, because as you can see, a lot of what I use is S tiers. I try to prioritize the really top tier champions because I don't want to put my resources into somebody.
Well, S tier for a reason, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, how about Razovar? I mean, those ones that I mentioned, Razovarg and Gwendolyn. Are you a bit? You have Supreme Elhain too. Are you a big fan of any of those champions? Tyrant.
I love Razovarg. Razovarg's in almost all of my teams. He's my best aura at 20% and brings my leech for my healing in different areas of the game. Increased accuracy is very valuable. Obviously, increased speed. Gwendolyn, I love Gwendolyn. She's on my main Chimera team on my main account. I think she's an incredibly good champion, super slept on, especially for Chimera. For newer accounts on Chimera, if you happen to have her, the fact that she can extend all those debuffs, that's basically my whole strategy, is I apply all the debuffs once and I just keep extending them with Gwendolyn, and then everything else is damage.
I've said it before, but she's such a cool champion. I'm with you. I love her a lot as well. She's really good also in the 9-piece Feral if you can get the accessories, obviously. Yeah. I want to go back to Razovarg, one last question, because Razovarg, I didn't fuse him, and then I pulled him after the fact, recently-ish, and I built him, but I haven't really used him extensively. I want to ask you, was one thing about Razovarg. Razelvarg, and that is his DPS. Like, compare him to somebody else, because I hear and I see him pulling some insane numbers, but then some people I hear are just like, yeah, he's all right, you know? So like, what is your experience with Razelvarg's damage?
I think he does hit pretty hard. I actually didn't realize I don't have him in any ignore defense, so okay. I would probably build him for that. I do feel like his damage is pretty good. He's in my main Hydra team for that very reason. He's due for a rebuild. A lot of champions are due for a rebuild. This account has been slightly underused while I was doing the free-to-play challenge, that I haven't been giving as much focus to this. So I have a lot of good gear that's leveled up and just not on any champions right now. So he's one of them that needs a rebuild, just like Teox does, right? I think his damage has been pretty good for me in Hydra.
I think it has really solid multipliers. So what is it? Catch me if you can or something? Keep up if you can. Yeah. Yep. That's I'm excited to. I want to rebuild him too. That's why I asked you. So let's see. We'll compare notes once we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see. You know, it'd be a great thing on your champion guides channel, right? To rebuild him and see what he can do.
Okay, talk to me about your MVP epics and rares now.
Okay, so I pulled Geomancer very, very early on the account, which, I mean, that was one of the biggest pulls that I probably ever had before Newt. And so he hard carried me through a ton of content, but you can see I do have a +3 Seer with a 6-star blessing in Savage. The only problem, I don't have that cooldown reset for her. So it's really, you know, if I've tried force feeding her in as my wave clear, but it doesn't really work without the ability to refresh that cooldown, because then you're giving them too many turns. So for wave clear, I've gone with Nice and Thor mostly.
Have you thought about trying to like Jimmy rig some Painkeeper Renegades, or it just doesn't do the trick?
I don't know that the juice is worth the squeeze.
Always know if the juice is worth the squeeze.
For my account, I'm able to do, I mean, we'll look at Doom Tower, I'm sure, but I'm able to do all of Doom Tower, both easy and hard on all 3 difficulties. So it's not necessary, and the blessing was recent too, to get the full 6-star blessing.
If it ain't broke, why fix it, right? To some extent. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and leveling up some rares that are very niche for a very specific spot that I probably won't use anywhere else. For me personally, and I don't play this game at the full optimization. I play it not very casually, like I'm an active player, you know, several hours dedicated to this account a day, I would say. But I do have my differing opinions in some of the, you know, high-level, high-end free-to-play players, and I know that having spoken with them and done
names, call them out, Roadblock. Now's your chance.
Well, no, I've done collabs with them. So Colred and Boozer are the ones that come to mind. They are very efficient. They are very good players. They do everything and they consider everything. And I'm more like, you know what? I can do this. You know, I'll build this champion, and
I got
you know. So I'm a little more laid back about that. My MVP though, you talk about MVP epics, and this is another one that you know could go in that conversation of maybe underrated, I'd say, or is Ursula. I got her very, very early on the account, and she carried me everywhere. Clan boss before Wixwell, you know, but just a great reviver. She was my support through through Doom Tower, because she's got a 24% aura in Doom Tower. Like, just a really good champion. One of my big, like, on this account, OG carry champions for sure.
I love that. So I never, obviously I have Ursula, I've built Ursula, I've used Ursula, right? But like, from someone who she made such a big impact on your account, how much, it's kind of maybe a nuanced question, but how much is it that A3 using it without even reviving, just having those buffs, you know? Like, was part of the magic just always having that increased defense strengthen on the team? Or was it just like, oh, I just needed their revive, you know, as well, like how you ended up utilizing her?
That's a great question. I don't like that they're on the same ability. I don't like that this is a 5-turn cooldown. I'll put it that way. You've got a 3-turn increased defense and strengthen on a 5-turn cooldown. Without a buff extender, you're really not going to get the value throughout the entirety of a fight like Clan Boss, unless you're doing perfect speed tunes and stuff. And it sometimes is frustrating, especially when you're doing a killable team, if your Geomancer dies or somebody dies, and it's like, okay, I want them to be revived. Oh, it's on cooldown for 3 more turns. It could be frustrating to deal with. So I never put too much value into this. The value I really got from her was a decrease attack that was 100% chance on a void affinity. So that meant that any difficulty of Clan Boss, I always had my decrease attack up, and that was a big part of her kit for me. But the strength and an increased defense, when it was up, it's great. when it's not up, it can be really painful to deal with.
Did you go into battles with her? Did you have to have like another plan for increased defense and strengthen on your squads, or did you just run her and, hope for the best?
I just ran her. My team early game was definitely Geomancer, Deacon, Ursula, I think Venomage, and then Taragi, I think. Something along those lines for like a very early game clan boss team. I got the Wixwell fusion pretty early on here, so that was
fair enough,
a big boost. But I actually
how about your rares here? We got some of my faves I see there,
Yep.
Reliquary.
So
Cold Heart. Yep.
2 Cold Hearts, Reliquary Tender, Gnarlhorn, and I want to guess, do you know where I'm going with these champions here?
Yeah, you mean like dungeon wise?
Well, so I'm gonna name off these 5 champions and see if it rings a bell for you. So we've got 2 Cold Hearts, Reliquary Tender, Gnarlhorn, and Paragon. Does that ring a bell?
We're gonna go right over to Phantom Shogun Grove.
Yes,
squad,
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Gnarlhorn, one of the best enfeebled tankers out there. Is that your whole squad? Those?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
So stage 25, this is the whole squad. So
beautiful. Yeah.
I've made like 4 different videos on this team in the last couple months because this team is so good. Big fan of this team. And what I love about it the most is I have no masteries on Tender, no masteries on Gnarlhorn, Paragon's 50 and no masteries. It's such a great team.
I'm curious to see all of your best dungeon squad. I'm not sure if they're all, you don't have to run them all, but I'm curious to see who you're running in dungeons.
Yeah, we can absolutely take a look at that. I will admit that I could be doing better on my dungeons, but it's not.
So could we all, man, right? So could we all, right?
I'm just lazy about it, Yeah.
Find something that works, and then you get to the point where you're like, okay, this works. I don't need to shave another 2 seconds off of it or whatever, Like that's me too, right?
Well, I mean, mine's a little, yes, I agree with that, but it's a little deeper for me because I'm like only stage 2 hard, right? I could probably be stage 10 on like definitely Dragon and some of the easier ones. But
with your roster for sure.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit lazy about it. Typical kind of Godseeker Newt team, right? That's pretty lucky there, I'll admit. So stage 25 Sand Devil is pretty good, but for Dragon Slayer, it's a minute 27 team. I know I could be doing better. I feel like there's a lot of redundancy in this team as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got a lot of control up in there, a lot of stunnage, a lot of petrification, but yeah, man, whatever gets the job done, right?
Yeah, I bring in Mithrala mostly, I think, for poisons and cleansing off these poisons, and that's the biggest shortfall that I have, is not really having a great support, with an aura like an Elva or a Duchess or something. I struggle a bit not having that and trying to find suitable replacements. So
no, but hey, man, like you said, kind of whatever gets the job done, right?
Yep, Biter. I'm on stage 6. This is where Razelvarg comes into play, and pretty standard like Hex and enemy max HP. Yep, and
Odin's so cool. It's so cool that he has the enemy max HP too. Like he's such a beast in PvE. I think about him and I think about PvP because he's everywhere, but he's quite a beast with the decreased defense, the buff removal, the stun, and the enemy max HP on that A3 and the revives. He's just so good.
He's in every pretty much for the longest time, Deacon was my decreased defense champion. I started with the promo code for Deacon, and he was everywhere for me, my aura lead, everything. And then I got Odin, and I was like, well, that's my decreased defense champion now. So
yeah, you got a burner? Are you missing like a really solid burner on your account? Or you got Tyrant?
Yes.
Artak? No?
No Artak. Yep. I've got Tyrant and a couple kind of free-to-play burners. So we've got Ninja, of course. Tyrant I recently got as well. I built him for Faction Wars, which is my current focus. We also didn't get to see some of the ones I didn't have leveled up. Like I do have Trunda on here. I just built her for Faction Wars. Oh yeah, Mordecai. I love Mordecai. I have never built a burn team for Hard Spider, to be honest, because I have on my main account I've got Newt and Acrizia, so I've never really needed to do a burner team. But I did real quick want to look at some of the other like unleveled ones that we've got here.
I mean, if you had a combustor, you got Tomb Lord and Rikstoff. right? So you got two of the best AoE poisoners out there. So if you can just get your hands on a little Elenaril action, a little Xavier, a little whatever, then you got Elenaril. Yeah, you could have like a super. You could mitigate your Seer reset issue and speed farm Dragon 10 with some Elenaril. And Elenaril, man, I love Elenaril, man. She's like she could be a burner for you too with that A1. It's so nasty.
Oh, absolutely. Big fan of hers. Actually, since we're talking about her, hey guys, there's a link in my description if you wanna get your hands on Elenaril. You heard it from one of the best right here. Ash is calling her out as being great, and if you use that download link, you can get her to start. So,
well, just to help you out with your download link, one of the best things about Elenaril in the early game is you don't even have to book her, man. Like you don't have to book her because that burn is gonna land for 2 turns, irresistible on the A1. No books required. That's insane. And then she's got like the poison and the poison activation. The poisons are 100% land on an AoE. The combust, the instant activation is 100% with no books. So yeah, the cooldowns do help, but she can be incredibly effective on new accounts paired with like a Kale or whoever, right? Out the gate without even you needing to book her. So yeah, there you go. Use the download link. It's best time ever to download. Friends or family member, use Roadblock's download link. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So you're absolutely right, though. I haven't given it enough thought, because like I said, this is enough. The way that I look at it, this is enough for me to be able to do fusions and whatever, right? So
you're clearly not missing out. You're getting all the new champions and everything like that. Yeah. You know, well, super impressive account, man. Why not do a quick little nice battle, right? Yeah, and I've always wanted to be on the side of actually having nice. So this is it's nice. It's nice. All right, sorry, but all right, he goes right. You go right in. You don't mess around. Just
so that was a recommendation from Drath. Actually, I used to mess around. If I was on Live Arena, I would do that. To try, especially if they have like a Wukong or something. He's the one when I tell people like what I have on my account, and they're like, "Wait, you have nice?" Like, you're kidding? Like, he was just, man, what a great champion. So
love this dude. Well, hey man, that's a super impressive account, especially for someone who like you're playing like you're not playing super casual, but like you're not meticulously trying to do every little min-max thing here. So congratulations, man. My final verdict is like, good for you, bro. Like, luck is part of the game. Like bad luck, good luck. So like, I think you should own it and take full credit, and more power to you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think I did get a little lucky, right? Yeah, we could be honest.
Lucky, right? Yeah.
So
I guess my final question for you is enjoyment factor, this versus your main account. How do they compare?
I actually like the free to play a little bit more. So it's a challenge, right? I haven't spent a ton of money on my main account, but I have spent some.
Yep.
What I love about the free to play is that it also kind of keeps me free to play. But what I mean by that is like the tournament.
How you can actually save money in life.
Well, but I mean like the tournaments, right? My goal requirements are lower on my tournaments on the free to play than they are on the main account. So for Gear Ascension, 7,400. If I swap over to my main account really quickly here, we can see that it's much higher at 12,100, right?
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's actually a really good point that no one's ever shared. Like, as I've asked a million people that question, and no one's mentioned that. But yeah, you're making me feel some kind of way about it. It's a good point. It's a good point.
I only know like a handful of the free-to-play community, so I'm a little different than some in that I have a main paid account as well. A lot of them are very purists, but in a not in a bad way. Yeah, it's exactly a lifestyle. There you go. I did it for very specific reasons and was able to gain a lot of knowledge, and I shared that knowledge with my clan. That's how my channel started. I made videos for my clan. I wasn't trying to become a YouTube content creator or anything. I just made videos for my clan, and 10 people would watch them, then 30 people would watch them. Those were everyone in my clan. And then all of a sudden 50 people. It's like, wait a minute, there are people outside of my clan, then 100
that are watching me.
Yeah, and it just kind of evolved naturally into what it's become. I'm very glad that I made the free-to-play account and made the channel. And yes, I got very lucky, but I also do all of the right things. Like, I've got 52 ancient shards saved up. You can't see it. I've got 8 sacreds behind me. So, I'm saving my shards. I'm doing the right thing. We just went through a CBC, so I'm low on books, but I save my books up. I use them during CBC. So I try to do everything the right way, but there are definitely areas of the game that I could improve upon and, you know, do better. It's just I don't want to get too burnt out. And that's what happens to me on the free-to-play challenges. I go really hard on them for 2 months, and then by that 3rd month, I'm like, I don't want to log into this right now, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I hear you, man. Well, I mean, good for you. I mean, that's how I started my first YouTube channel as well. Just making content for my clan and Clash of Clans. It was back in the day.
Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
You know, and so I can definitely empathize with how you got into YouTube in general, and then how you got into Raid with a sponsorship, which is how I did as well. So props to you, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the game, and thanks for having me on to check out the account. Anything else that you wanted to share?
no, I think we're all set. I thank you for coming on. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. It is the best way to support my channel. We are making a push for 5,000 subscribers, and we're getting very, very close. So please consider clicking that button. Either way, thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.